Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to include many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story, and also not to mention that there will be a lot of prequel trilogy and original trilogy connections that's really going to be used as a way to benefit many of the characters like Rey and Kylo Ren in Episode 9. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, just a couple of days ago was, of course, D23, which is where they unveiled the teaser trailer number 2, privately to the attendees, where a couple of days later, it was unveiled to the public by Good Morning America. A lot of fans were very excited about a number of things that were shown in the new footage, such as Palpatine's new piece of dialogue and his new voice, as well as both Rey and Kylo dueling with their lightsaber blades on, of course, the wreckage of the Death Star. And let's not forget Dark Rey with her double-bladed red lightsaber with the hood over her head. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and what's really intriguing is, of course, what director and writer J.J. Abrams was able to answer about everything related to Palpatine, Rey, Kylo Ren, the ending of Episode 9, and how he feels about it. He was able to answer many different questions that were being asked by, of course, the press, the audience, you name it. Now, what's really intriguing about Dark Rey is what J.J. Abrams had to say. Now, J.J. explains that Dark Rey was something that they wanted to experiment with in the early drafts of the film that eventually made its way into the final script, and that what J.J. can say is to expect the unexpected with how Dark Rey and what you see in the special look footage will be used in the film, and that it's not what fans think it is, and that the idea will create a challenge for Rey that fans will be very surprised for. So I want to go over one major part about all of this that really does mind-boggle me, of course, is that how Dark Rey is actually said to challenge Rey in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, like I've said before in the past, I really do believe that this is going to be a vision very much similar to what Luke went through in, of course, The Empire Strikes Back on Dagobah, where he saw a vision of his own father, Darth Vader, and beheads him with his lightsaber. However, it's actually said by JJ that this is going to be a moment in which you should expect the unexpected, and that it's not what you think it is. Now, a lot of people are thinking that it is indeed a vision. Now, the fact that it's going to be something that we don't think what it really is going to be is actually going to be something very much different and original than we've ever seen before in the Skywalker saga. So the fact that it's going to be a challenge for Rey, it could very well be a clone or a dark side clone of Rey, kind of borrowing elements from, of course, you know, the Force Unleashed video games. If they wanted to do clone warriors like Starkiller, in this scenario there could be other clones of Rey for all we know. You know, they could do something around those lines. So what JJ said about Dark Rey is very interesting, of how they also drawed this from, of course, the early drafts of The Rise of Skywalker. This has been in the cards from the very start. This was not added in late throughout the reshoots or throughout the rewrites of November and December. This was a very early on thing, and that's a good thing to know, because that means that it's very important and vital to the plot of Episode 9. Again, like I say, I think that Dark Rey, it is somewhat of a big deal, because we do know that this film is going to really have a lot of twists and turns. Even Eunice Watama, the man who portrays Chewbacca in the sequel trilogy movies, even stated that this entire movie is a "I did not see this coming" moment, which really does speak volumes. It tells us that this movie really is going to have a lot of different reveals, surprises, twists and turns that's going to change our view of all the past 8 Star Wars films that come before this one. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is that, of course, we do know that Daisy Ridley was teasing about Dark Rey and what's to come in The Rise of Skywalker, and that she is very excited for fans to see exactly how they're going to utilize that aspect of Episode 9 and how it's all going to be done on the big screen, and that fans are going to be very excited once they go ahead and see this movie and see exactly what J.J. Abrams means when he's showing Dark Rey with the double-bladed red lightsaber. Again, the fact that it creates a challenge for Rey, and also the fact that it's going to really be an element in The Rise of Skywalker that is going to be a moment in which you should expect the unexpected, and that it's not what we think it is. Most likely referring to how most of the fans are thinking that it may very well be a vision, actually ending up not to be. Now, yes, I do know that StarWars.com, that's actually run by Lucasfilm, listed the sequence as a vision and then auto-corrected that immediately, as fast as possible, to just calling it a sequence or a scene, if you will, or a sight. That's what they wrote in. They wrote in sight as opposed to vision. Now, that could have been either or, that they were not trying to mislead people into thinking it's an actual vision, where they were actually just using a choice of words, where using vision as sight, and then they just reversed it. Very possible. But on top of all this, guys, I would really love to hear what you all have to say about J.J. Abrams and what he said about Dark Rey and what that all really means, what this challenge is going to be in The Rise of Skywalker, etc. If you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.